What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Moms Off the Clock podcast. I'm your host and fellow mama friend, Deirdre Brannick. It's so good to see you on YouTube and, talk to you on our podcast. I'm so glad you all are here. This podcast is dedicated to the moms who need a break to just talk, laugh, feel encouraged, and to examine what we are collectively facing as mothers, society standards, and exhaustion. Okay. You are not alone. It is a pleasure having you all join me in my conversation about motherhood. Welcome to the new moms. Hi, I'm Deirdre, and welcome back to the OG moms who have been rocking with me since day one. I really appreciate you all being here and just thank you. But let's go ahead and get into it because let's be honest, mom breaks are not that long, okay? Before we get into our episode and topic, I first want to tell you all to please connect with me on my social media. My Instagram is THEMOTCCLUB, and our Facebook is just Moms Off the Clock. Okay. If there are any topics you would like me to talk about, or if you would like to give feedback, support, or donate, please DM me up there. And my email will also be in the show notes of this episode. So please feel free to email me as well. And an announcement. Hello. We have a new website. So please check out the website. The link will be in the show notes too. So y'all can click there and explore our website. And if you like to, you can donate to Moms Off the Clock, and you'll be able to have your name on one of the clocks. We have a pink clock, an orange clock, and a purple clock, and they're different tiers. And I'm not going to tell you anymore. Just go check it out. And if you can donate, all of that money will be given to Moms Off the Clock, and we will just push out and expand Moms Off the Clock for more. If we can one day, a live audience, a live episode, also merchandise that we want to push to moms, and then also being able to hold classes and courses for moms that benefit them, right? So please be, just a blessing to Moms Off the Clock. We really appreciate it. And 10% of that, 10% of the proceeds are going to go to a local women's shelter here in Florida. So please, thank you. I appreciate you all. Even if you can't give anything but $1, that's totally fine. If you can't give anything but just tuning into this podcast, that's totally fine. I really appreciate you all. And just thank you. Go check out the website, okay? All right, now that I said all that, I just want to tell you thank you again. And to please remember to write a review on Apple Podcasts or rate the show there or on Spotify. And if you leave a review, I'll shout you out on this episode portion. Okay, on this announcement portion, excuse me. So let's get into it. Today's episode is episode 37, and I'm calling it the 90s nostalgia. Okay, because I'm a 90s baby. I just celebrated my birthday on the 17th of April. Wow, here we are, right? And on behalf of Turn 28, I decided to do 28 things that I love. So I broke it up to 7 favorite songs, 7 favorite movies, 7 favorite memories of my childhood, and 7 fave shows. Super excited. They all equal 28. Okay, do your math. I'm so excited. Okay, so if you're listening, you know what to do. Clock out and grab your wine, juice, water for the fitness moms, or coffee for the go to moms, and let's talk motherhood. But before we start chatting, let's say our affirmation. Today's affirmation is: it is a great time to be alive. It's a great time to be alive. Okay, let's get into it, mama. So, I'm just so excited. I don't know. I am 28 and I can't believe it. Like, I know, I'm grateful to be 28. I'm super grateful, but like, wow, I can't believe I'm 28. Like, that really blows my mind. And so I thought I'd have a little fun today. I think we always talk about something that we need to improve on, but I think that it's time that we just have a little fun. A little fun. Moms off the clock. Let's have fun. Okay. So first, the 7 favorite songs. Okay. My first favorite song growing up would have to be, I was kind of an Usher fan, okay? So Let It Burn by Usher. Oh my goodness. I think that you should let it burn. If you sang it with me, Okay, and so let me see. I have my iPad right in front of me, so I am ready because okay, I love it. Bad Girl by Usher. Um, my dad and I, fun fact, my dad has passed on, you all. I don't know if some of you all know and some of you all don't, but my dad was my best friend, okay? And we would be jamming in the truck together when he would take me to school or pick me up. And we had that Usher CD. Okay. And my dad would tell me, this CD is a little grown. Okay. So some of the things that he's talking about, what do you know about that? You're not supposed to know about all that. But my dad didn't stop me from listening to that CD and having a great time. And the time of my life, I had a great time with my dad and so many memories jamming out in that truck. um, but Bad Girl was our song. We were like, give me one of them. Give me one of them. Give me one. We were in there jamming, okay? So Bad Girls number 2. Third, coming in third, Yo, Excuse Me Miss by Chris Brown. Come on. Come on. Ladies. Don't know your name, but excuse me, miss. I saw you from across the room. I was in my room. I was the only child, okay, y'all. So I was reenacting every song. I was like, na, 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 na. I was in the room acting like Chris was talking to me, holding my hand. Delusional was what I was. um, okay, coming in fourth, Only You, Ashanti. I loved Ashanti. I had a documentary of her when they used to do DVDs. I mean, they still do. They sell DVDs, of course. But, when DVDs were in, I had a documentary of her and Alicia Keys, right? But Ashanti, she did it for me. She was top tier. She was phenomenal. And she was natural body, beautiful, curvy woman, and stand up for the curvy women. It was good to see that. All right, so next, y'all ready? Just a Friend, Mario. Listen, me and Mario were together in my mind. Delusional, but still, it was a great time to be alive, and it's still a great time to be alive, right? Coming in next, number 6, and we're on number 6 now. Lovers and Friends. Little John, Lovers and Friends. I can't even sing that song because that song is y'all know. Okay, thank God for growing up, but I still, I'm grown. Let it be clear, I'm grown, but still, I'm mindful of what I say. Okay, now this one, I want to give a little background story. I had an obsession with the Yin Yang twins. 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, 11, 12. Obsession with the Yin Yang twins. It was something about it was the beat. It would do 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 do. I need a dime. That's Yin Yang. They always got it. And when they did the Millennial Tour, oh Lord mercy, look at me. When they did the Millennial Tour, I was in that place. Look at me, acting a fool. Okay, all the nostalgia of growing up listening to the Yin. I was acting a fool in that place. Had the best time of my life. Okay, let me fix my arm, Mike, because you're not about to mess with me. I'm having a great time. Having a great time. Okay, nostalgia galore was when I love me some Yin Yang Twins. But the top Yin Yang Twin song I love was with Mike Jones. Mike Jones, Bad. If you all are having a bad day, put on Bad, Yin Yang Twins, Mike Jones. I'm telling you, it's a party in your home. It's a party. You just get up and it's a party. That's it. That's all. Let's move on. Okay. 7 favorite movies. Okay. Wow. First one. So I just want to start by saying my movie choice is going to be all over. Okay. My movie choice is going to be all over. It's going to be a little animated, all that romance, all of it. Okay. 7 favorite movies. Here we go. First one, 13 going on 30. I don't care what you say. Every little girl was watching that show. Excuse me, that movie. Every little girl was watching that movie. You had to. And in my mind, I was going to be a journalist. I was going to live my best life with a little dollhouse. And these movies, they sold us this. It was a fraud. I'm grateful for my life now, but we really thought we were just about to be in New York, living up our lives, not having a care in the world. And now look at us adulting with bills and kids. We're happy, but they didn't tell us that. They just told us when you get older, it's going to be great. That's why we couldn't wait to get out of our parents' house, because they were lying to us. Okay. The second one, Preacher's Wife. Those who know. Whitney Houston and Denzel Washington, come on. Come on. I have nothing to say to you, but come on. Whitney Houston in that the Preacher's Wife soundtrack. If you're watching me on YouTube, I'm just reminiscing because that soundtrack alone, phenomenal. If you have not watched Preacher's Wife, go look it up. Go find it on a streaming service. Whatever you got to do, go. Okay, go watch it. It's a beautiful movie. And Angela Bassett's husband, Courtney, is in that movie as well. Great job. Great job. You don't like him in it, but then you start to understand, and then you don't like Denzel, but then you love Denzel in it. It's hard. You gotta watch it. You just gotta watch it. Okay. I love Preacher's Wife, by the way. I just want to say that again. Okay. Shout out to Whitney Houston. May she rest in peace. And thank you, Denzel, for just being you. That's when he was in his prime too, y'all. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway. Mulan is number 3. Mulan. Let me tell you something. I am 28 years old and can still say every line of that movie, and it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. Um, my husband isn't too thrilled sometimes, but it's okay. He's married. We're married. He's not going anywhere. So yeah, Mulan. Mulan. Yeah, that's my movie. Okay. And I know that they made a real one, and the one now let me be clear. The Mulan now, if we watching it in this climate, some of the things that they said in Mulan, the cartoon, you watch it back and you're older, you're like, oh my gosh, this is offensive, But when you're little, you're like, oh, it's the best movie ever, because you don't understand. You're so innocent, and then so I'm pretty sure the parents watching Mulan or any other movies that we watch, they probably caught those parent moments, right? Like, oh, this was for the parents, So I still love it. Mulan, I love it. I say number 4, Rush Hour 2, specifically the second one. Okay. Yeah. The first one's great, but the second one, can't rush a man at a buffet line. Like, come on, Chris Tucker. Come on, Jackie. Yeah, y'all have to, if you haven't lived in that time, you haven't experienced like that movie was so funny. So funny. And once again, offensive. Offensive. So many things are offensive when you watch it now. Offensive. But as a little kid or a younger, I would say younger teenager, it was funny. And that was a climate that we lived in. But now you're like, this is offensive. Okay. And a little troublesome about the sexual things within that movie too. But nonetheless, I'm talking about when I was younger. Rush Hour 2, I still love it. It's still a good movie. The next one, Bodyguard. Me and Whitney, we're like this. And I know I said Preacher's Wife and I had Whitney in it too, but if you haven't seen Bodyguard, I mean, like, come on, watch it. I'm putting you onto these wonderful movies. If you haven't seen them, I wouldn't be saying they're wonderful and one of my fave movies if they didn't just make me believe in in love and life and happiness and humor. I wouldn't be saying those things, So once again, remember when I was saying I loved Whitney Houston? So here we go again. Waiting to Exhale. Tell me that you watch movies with your mom without telling me you watch movies with your mom, because I've listed Preacher's Wife, Bodyguard, and now Waiting to Exhale. Your moms were watching this. I don't know how I was in the room watching this. I don't. Maybe I was sitting next to my mom and my mom just allowed it this once or twice, right? But I know my mom was very specific about me not watching movies that were too grown for me at that age. So, but nonetheless, when I got older, I was like, "Oh, burn that car, Angela!" you know, crazy. But yes, I love Waiting to Exhale. And my last one would be The Five Heartbeats. Is there a heart in the house tonight? Stand up, come on. Let me know that you understand. Oh man, that was loved it, loved it. BET would drive that in the ground, but we love it, we love it. Um, okay, let's see. Fave memories. My 7 favorite memories as a child. my dad surprising me with a laptop. Oh man, y'all, I don't think you understand. My dad told me in November that I wouldn't be able to get my laptop until after Christmas, like January 1st. And I was like, what? You know, not saying in a spoiled way, but I was just like, what am I going to do? I'm going to go to school and tell kids that I'm not going to be able to get my laptop until January? Like, like I didn't get to have a good time for Christmas. Like, as a kid, you just felt devastated. But I kept telling my dad, I was like, it's okay. I understood. Like, I knew we were trying our best, and I didn't want to seem ungrateful because my dad was big on like, being grateful for what you had. So I was just like, okay, dad, I guess so. And I left it alone. I left it alone. I did. But I was still hurt. And I remember Christmas Day, my parents were together. This Christmas. I was about 13. And my parents were together. And I remember my dad came and he's like, oh, I forgot to lock the car. And so I'll be right back. I forgot to lock the truck because my dad drove a pickup. And he goes out to the car and I was sitting there and my mom bought me a printer. So to make things worse, I have a printer, no laptop. Come on. And the printer was a big thing back then because I was printing off everything, like to stick on my walls, put in my binders. You remember how we used to do those things, right? And so I was just like, I got this nice printer, no laptop. Ugh, I feel icky, but I'm going to be okay, right? It's going to be fine. And my dad comes in with 2 boxes and I'm screaming, going ballistic. I'm literally like just fangirling, freaking out because I know that laptop is in there. And so I end up getting a laptop, but then it was a smaller box. And I remember opening it and it was a digital camera. And y'all, I was to pieces because I got the camera and I got a laptop and the camera. So one of my favorite moments because I'm very much so nosy. So it's very hard to surprise me. So when my dad could do that, I was just like, man, like you got me. Because you had me thinking for weeks I was not going to get that laptop. I mean, he really did a great job. The other one is just the days that my mom would surprise me after school to get my hair done. As a young girl, getting my hair done was top tier as much as getting my nails done. And I just got them done too. Can you see them, y'all? Yeah, they're cute. She's cute. But getting my hair done with my mom was such a moment of I don't know what to say. It just was like a self-care moment when you're younger that you grow up doing that same thing for yourself. To this day, I love getting my hair done, retwisted now, with my locks. But when I was a loose natural, I loved getting it, braided or, blown out and silk pressed. Like all those things matter. And now that I have a little girl, it's like, I want to do that for her. I want to pick her up. And then, she thinks that we're going home and I'm going to be like, all right, let's get you some food so you can be ready for them to do your hair. And then she gets excited, like, oh my gosh. Hopefully she's not tenderheaded. But I hate when people say tenderheaded. But hopefully she's not that, right? Because my daughter has thick hair like her mother, and I was not tenderhead, but Layla, she's a little different. She's does not like it unless she has a snack and Miss Rachel in front of her. That's my girl, and I'm gonna stick beside her. So anyway, I also love early release days. Oh my gosh. Do you remember coming like the person would come on the intercom like, hey, Miss Bennett. Hey, Miss Bennett. That was my 5th grade teacher. Not shout out to her. She was horrible. Hey, Miss Bennett. Do you have Deirdre? Yes, I have her. Can you send her down for early release? And man, I didn't even, those days that you didn't even expect early release, you were like, oh, I'm getting out of here. Like talk about a self-care day. Mental health days matter for children. If you're listening to this, mental health days matter for children. Get your child out of early release, out of school early and take them out and enjoy the day. Like my mom would take me out. We would have our little restaurant that we would go to in downtown Hampton in the Phoebus area, and the place is not there anymore, but they had the best steak and shrimp and all that. And my mom and I would just go there and have a great day. And then I'd come home and just do my homework and go to sleep. Like the life, my God. Early release days to this day. That between that, this is not one of my seven, but that and seeing that TV get wheeled in the room, you knew it was a good day. My goodness, my God, on today. Anyways, but here's the other best thing. Are you ready? Snow days. Do you all remember watching the TV and then under that bar it was your school, and you would see your school and you take those clothes off, and I get in my pajamas so fast and go play or do whatever I wanted to do that man, snow days. Watching that TV. I would watch staring at the TV, just Barron Elementary, where am I? Come on, like you gotta, when you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. Another memory, one of my favorite memories, was getting both of my dogs, Sierra and Cotton. Shout out to them. Sierra is no longer living. Cotton is no longer living either. Cotton was stolen out of my backyard. That's another day, another story. If y'all want to hear that story, tell me that you want to hear that story about my dog getting kidnapped, dog napped, and I never saw Cotton again. That was a horrible moment of my life. And I will tell that story if you want me to. Just relive my trauma. It's cool, you know. So getting both of them though, that was like the highlight of my life because I love dogs. My mom was not a dog fan, but she would be okay. Um, and I enjoy every moment with them. They were great dogs. I would say visiting family and sleeping in the back seat. Oh my goodness, like the nostalgia. Like, look at how bright I'm smiling. I'm so excited because just packing that pillow up and then you getting up in the middle of the night, in the like in that morning, mid-morning, 5 a.m. It's dark outside, cold, and you're just in your pajamas and you're packed in your back seat, put your seatbelt on, but you put it on to the fact where you can still lay down with the seatbelt on. Come on. Have the pillow, blanket, snacks, pull up. Do you want McDonald's? Come on. Gosh. I just feel all the feels when I said that because that was just such a good time. And then finally getting to the destination, seeing your cousins, having a good time. It was just awesome. I loved it. And my last favorite memory would be Christmas breaks. I love Christmas. Christmas will forever be near and dear to my heart. It was just Christmas was just so fun, so nice when we actually had snow, you know, and opening those gifts that you could use. I had a scooter, a bike, um, the oven, the bake oven. I can't think of it. Easy bake oven. Oh my gosh, yes. And then my dad and we would get cars that we can race, like the remote control cars. Loved it. I was the boy that my dad always wanted. You know, we just clicked and I got it. I'm still a girly girl, but I still love to have fun. And, you know, get my WWE wrestling on. Um, what else? Just Christmas was just nice. The parades, hot chocolate, my mom would cook on Christmas. Just so many wonderful things. Like I get all the feels. You know, my father passed away on Christmas of 2017, and I thought that it would make me hate Christmas almost, you know. But that Christmas morning my dad passed away, it was such a beautiful Christmas morning. And it was just like I knew, like when I tell you, like my dad's room after everything had happened, you know, he's peacefully there. The room was so bright on Christmas Day. It was just like I knew, like God was like, it's okay, like you're good, you're fine. It sucks right now, but you will be okay, and he's fine right now, you know. And I just remember that Christmas being so peaceful though. All of that happened. It was so peaceful, and I'm glad that that didn't damage my perspective of Christmas because I really enjoy Christmas and celebrating with my family now. And I look forward to the things I'm going to do with my little one too. You know, just have a good time with her. Okay, the last one, 7 fave shows. So that was the end of my 7 favorite memories. Now let's get to the last category, 7 favorite shows. That's So Freaking Raven. Come on. Come on. Come on. That's So Raven was my show. You can gaze into the future. Oh my gosh. I love That's So Raven. It was the best. I loved it. Do y'all remember? Here we go. Um, the famous Jet Jackson. He was my boyfriend in my head. Delusional. I had about 3 men that I was dating at the age of 10 or 12, right? Delusional. But it's okay. The Famous Jet Jackson. Did y'all like that? I loved that show. And rest in peace to him, because of mental health and all the things that happened to him. But he was an amazing actor, an amazing black young actor at that, doing very well on Disney Channel. So I was really grateful for that, to see him up there just being a spy, you know. The other show that I really liked, that I would come home and I would watch, like, just eating some Cheerios or something, Recess. Oh, I love Recess. Do y'all remember that? Come on, Mikey. Okay. John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. If you didn't watch Recess, what were you doing? What were you doing? Come on. Watch Recess. You need to watch Recess, okay? Another one, All That. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, All That was it. All That was it. I loved All That. Do you all remember Cousin Skeeter? Some people don't remember Cousin Skeeter, but I remember Cousin Skeeter. It had Robert Ricardo, or I can't think of his name, but his name was Arnez on 101, and Megan Good was in this, and the dad from That So Raven was actually the dad in that show, I believe. So I enjoyed Cousin Skeeter, all that, because Nickelodeon and Disney are different, but I really enjoyed that. Now, this next show had me in a chokehold, at the age of 12, 13. Don't know why. Don't know why. And I'm pretty sure it probably had a lot of you all that are listening in a chokehold as well. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'll sing it. My lips were planted in the past. Who I am is changing fast. Reba. I said my lips were planted, whatever it was. But listen, Reba had me in a chokehold. Okay, I was going home talking about, what has this woman endured with Barbara Jean today? Watching, like, what was I doing watching this woman and her family and Van? I love Van, hilarious. He was probably the best one up there besides Reba, of course. And Barbara Jean was so funny, so funny. She lost a lot of weight. Remember, she lost a lot of weight. I was like, good for her, getting on the healthy track of life. But she looked good regardless. But she was a good time. My last show that I really enjoyed, that is controversial when you watch it now. Once again, some of these stuff, like the jokes they told, like, this is offensive. The Proud Family. The Proud Family. But you and me will always be tight. Family every single day and night. Even when you started acting like a fool. You felt that part just a little bit. It's like, who acting a fool in your family? But yeah, Proud Family. That was just a good little diverse show. But if you go back and watch it now, at your age now, I'm 28, going back and watching it, some of it was offensive. The Yang triplets, or the Chan triplets, like offensive, but it was a good time in that time. But some of the things they would say, I was just like, man, this is a little offensive. But yeah, so those are 28 of my favorite 90s nostalgia feeling. That's my 90s baby episode. I think I'm going to name it that, the 90s baby episode. And we just talk about nostalgia as I reflect on 28 years of life. And I'm so grateful for y'all. It just was a good time. This is a good time. And thank you. You made it to all 28 or however minutes of this podcast it is. And I'm just so grateful for you. So as you get ready to clock back in, mama, know that you're doing your best. It's not about being perfect. It's about being progressive. Thank you for having fun with me today. And until next time, mamas, see you soon. And let me go check on my baby. Bye.